Do not speak out against your narcissist unless you are in a safe place. They won't harm you. Mine set me on fire. Hey everybody, this is Burn Beauty 2018. My face is a little bit swollen. I just had surgery about, I think it was 5 days ago. It all becomes a blur after you've had so many surgeries. But trying to walk Grady a little bit, and I was just thinking about some of the signs of narcissism and maybe like updating y'all because I know you've been waiting for some content. Update wise, look at my nose. Can y'all even believe I have this? It's amazing. I can't believe the number of blessings that had to take place in order for me to get this. And I love it so much. And it really gave me a lot. I thought I was confident, but it gave me even more confidence because I really look at my face now and I'm like, man, you know what? That's pretty. Grady hasn't been out for a while because I've been hurting so much. Things have been good. I had 5 surgeries since the beginning of November. I got here in mid-September after Face Forward International relocated me from Georgia. And I was so grateful. They did it really quickly because they knew I was in a pretty dangerous situation. I was set on fire by my ex 6 years ago. He is not a good person. He's a unregistered sex offender in Georgia. So my name is Tanya Meisenbach. You should look out and make sure that you and your family are safe in Georgia. I don't know how you would though if he's not on the registry. Not only is he registered, but he is an offender. Thinking back on the past 20 years, there's definitely times where he's looking at somebody wrong, and he would disappear a lot. I'm really concerned about what he may have been doing when he wasn't at home, because this is a person I thought was so good. Like, okay, he's a little messed up, but he loves me so much, and we've been together all this time. This is my person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I'm his wife. I need to take care of him. And no, you don't. We're not here to take care of other grown people. I mean, maybe to a certain extent, but not like a third child. And that's what he was to me, a third child. Brady is excited because we're walking. Really don't know if I can do this. So it's still kind of insane to me when I tell people, like, hey, I was set on fire by my soon-to-be ex, and he's not in jail. Well, he's not in jail because they're liars, they're deceptive, they're manipulators, and they don't even have the common human decency of, feeling bad about what they do. They continue to lie. They will double down on a lie. You present them proof because you've been sitting around losing your mind about something, and you present them proof that they did that thing, and they will say, oh, no, I didn't. You're crazy. I put up with that for 20 years, and if you're going through that, please hear me that it does not get any better. And that once they start to get tired of you, or once you start to get tired of them, they can be dangerous if they feel like they have a lot to lose, and he thought he had his reputation to lose. We had been arguing, for weeks before he set me on fire. I have all the text leading up to that because, they're not that smart. Like, they're tricky, but like, he doesn't have any concept of iCloud. He thought he deleted everything as I lay in a coma. Told people he didn't know the code to get into my phone to account for that, but he was texting people. My friend that I used to work for, he was texting her immediately after. So, just things that you can totally prove, but they just continue to lie. I really believe that the doubling down on lies is one of the biggest signs you'll find that you're with a narcissist, or at a minimum a very toxic, dangerous person, because how do you not have any concept of being caught, of the jig is up, of let me just do the right thing. You know, being that he's this sex offender, you can't find many of the records, and I think that's designed to protect the poor girl that he harmed. But apparently he, essayed somebody while they were unconscious or sleeping, and then proceeded to say that it was her fault. She was teasing him. And his, full support of the narcissistic family. It's a cycle you can't get out of. That's not to bash anybody, it just is what it is. If you support that, you're part of the problem. I was part of the problem. No matter what happened, I thought it wasn't his fault. I would blame other people. I would get angry. He would play me against the middle. He's got me out there feeling crazy, acting crazy. You're losing your mind. Then they're like, oh, see, she's crazy. And you kind of are, because they're driving you crazy. But, if you want to define unwellness, it lies in them. Sociopathic tendency in mine, obviously, for setting me on fire. Number one thing I think about the narcissist I spent 20 years with was him always behaving like a child. Beyond behaving like a victim, like a child. I don't think he's ever rented an apartment himself. He didn't know how to buy a car by himself. Doesn't know how to pay the bills. It's a very arrested development, but not that he doesn't know right from wrong. He's just still looking for his mother that abandoned him when he was 18. He always wanted to be like, see that, you don't have any friends. I had lots of friends. I was an adult with children, so I didn't spend my time running around at bars or all night with them. They were grown-ups too. But he would say that, and he would say that because he doesn't have any friends. He's only referring back to people he grew up with. And then there's a big skip to just people that he's employed. And he thinks they're friends when he's in fact paying them. So they are anything but a friend. They are somebody you pay, and if you stop paying them, if you stop buying their meals, if you stop buying their drinks, if you stop buying their drugs, they're gone. But just saying childish things like that, you don't think it's harmful, but it is, because they're trying to control everything. They're trying to isolate you so that you'll believe that you're the problem. Another thing that I now realize he did was tell people that I was doing the things he actually did. So literally, he's out cheating. He tells people he finds me out cheating. He's out, with his phone turned off all night, disappears for 2 days. He tells people I'm doing that. I mean, I don't know exactly, but I found some text that didn't make sense to me at the time, but it's like, oh, he's texting me this craziness so he can screenshot it and show it to someone, because it'd be like, if I was out, I would go out, because he would go to the bars all the time, and I would go out and I would go to the bar, and he would always text, please don't drive drunk. I consistently used ride shares, and I used to have a service that would come get you and drive you in your car back home, things like that, what responsible adults do. He drove around Atlanta all the time, high and drunk. And I didn't know about the high part in the beginning, but I knew he was drunk, and he would crash all his cars. They always have a broken rear driver's side tail light. Always. I don't know what it is, but even rental cars, I would have to get the insurance because he would crash them. So him saying, please don't drive drunk, when it's something he does every day, things like that, designed to assassinate your character when you're the good person. Another thing they will do, and this is something I'm dealing with now, it's finally time to get a divorce. I took my time. I had to move away and relocate myself to an undisclosed location in order to be safe enough to speak out about what he was done, and in order to just start a new life. It was impossible. There was an order saying that he wasn't to contact me, and he continued to call and text and contact me afterwards. He even came to the house, and he couldn't follow the rules even for a a few months. So it's obvious that he's not going to be able to follow them forever. But now that I'm finally able to get a divorce, I'm sure he's still out there playing the victim. But what I want to tell y'all is that radical honesty is the key to slaying your narcissist. And by radical honesty, I mean, don't protect their bullshit anymore. It doesn't matter. People think of how you reacted, because emotional abuse is abuse. It changes the way you think, it changes your decisions, and it needs to be recognized as being as dangerous as it is. But the narcissist will use that to try to keep you silent, because people are judgmental and they laugh and they say, oh, well, you should have known better. Well, you know what? If you're watching this video thinking that, you can get off my page. The fact that you don't know what it's like to live in that is a privilege, and I hope you maintain it. But for those of us who do know, we're doing all we can just to survive it. And in our heart, we don't know what else to do. Kind of cool, we're walking, it's not hurting, but we really haven't made any distance. It's making Grady happy though. If you think you might be in a narcissistic relationship, you are. If you think you might be in an abusive relationship, you are. Those thoughts don't come when things are going right. I've heard people in recovery or 12 steps or whatever, I'm not sure what it's called, say you're only as sick as your secrets. And that's true. All the things that you don't feel like telling your family or your friends are what they are using to control you. Whether it's that they're touching you or disappearing 5 times a week. Because what family member wouldn't say, girl, why are you still married to him? Or guy, because there's plenty of women narcissists out there too. I think I just wanted to take this walk today to tell y'all to speak up. I'm going to be doing more of that. Yeah, I screamed at him. Yeah, I acted like a mad woman. You know, who is to judge how you should behave when someone is belittling you, who you now know purposefully doused you with lighter fluid and threw a lighter at you that you just bought in Switzerland a month before while you were renewing your vows. See how twisted that is? Now that I have time, if you're out there and you have any connections at all, I want to bring an action against him. The NAACP needs to know that a black woman can get set fire in North Georgia by her white husband and nobody questions it. And that is a fact. A lot of people say, oh, don't play the race card. Well, that is the race card. That is what happened. If you ever want the answer to something, ask me, because I'm not living in his shame anymore. If I did or said something mean or regrettable while being emotionally abused by him, then that's part of my healing journey to talk about it. It's mine. And it's yours. Y'all remember to stand firm, stand strong. We also have to stand united. Do not speak out against your narcissist unless you are in a safe place. They won't harm you. Mine set me on fire. We're not going to be ashamed of what we did while we were being lied to, manipulated, and tortured. It changes the chemistry of your brain. The bad people will take responsibility. If that's the meaning of my life, to help others do that, then so be it. Stand up for yourself. I love y'all. Remember that whatever you're going through, this too shall pass.